All right, so as a copywriter, you might be wondering, what are the things that I can sell? And you might be also wondering that the market might be saturated and that there might not be a lot of things, a lot of venues that I can, use to generate income, blah, blah, blah. And I tell you guys that's wrong. That's the wrong approach because there is there isn't enough workforce to meet the demand. And I'll leave it at that. I might be thinking work online is not abundant, it's saturated, there is not much things to do. You guys are wrong. Look at this image or look at this, in front of you just right now. Just give it a look. This is exactly how many things or how many ways you can help websites, grow their businesses. And basically, when you do that, you get paid down the road. So a website, of course, needs brochures, needs press releases, needs emails, needs newsletters, proposals, sales letters, direct mail campaigns, content marketing. I could go on and on and on. Landing pages, online ads, subscriber notifications, terms and conditions, presentations, promotional gifts. So you can go to any website, for example, and send an email to that website. Hey, I saw your website. You don't have terms and conditions. You don't have a privacy policy page. You don't have a blog on your website. I could write blogs for you. Your landing page kind of sucks. Would you want me to reinvent your landing page? You don't have a podcast. I can write script for your podcast. I can basically write video scripts for you to run a podcast. I can start writing your direct mail campaigns to get you more clients based on your email list that you have. I can write content for your ebook so that we use that ebook to generate you more clients and use those clients or use those leads to get you sales. I could write your sales page. I could write your product description. I could write your sign up forms. I could write your frequently asked question. I could take care of your articles. I could take care of writing press releases for you once every month. And so basically, there is not enough that you can do to saturate the demand or to meet the demand. There's a lot of things that you can do online nowadays. And to think that there is not much to do is the wrong approach. There are 2 billion websites in the world. 2 billion websites is actually even lower. There are more than 2 billion websites in the world. And come on, man, don't you think that, from these 2 billion websites, that there is not much things that you can do? Come on. 2 billion websites, for sure, these guys need people to work with them. Now, there are about 8 billion people on the planet. 99% of those people are not online marketers. So you're only competing with the rest, 1% is an exaggeration, basically. So it's 99.99% of people are not marketers. So online marketers, online content creators are basically extinct. They don't exist in abundance. And so if you're an online marketer and you're not making money, if you know anything about how websites make money, how you can help websites make money, and you're still not making money, it's mostly because you have not gotten into contact with those websites and started pitching to them. And so basically there is an infinity of demand. It's just that you're too lazy and blind to see it. That's the reality. Now, the bottom are 3 ways by which you can help a customer sell more. Now, the first thing that you can do is that you can increase the volume of touch points. These touch points are emails, blog posts, articles, ebooks, whatever the product or the customer has on their website as content. You can increase the number of videos that they have on their website. You can increase the number of product reviews that they have on their website. You can increase the number of sales pages that they have on their website. You can work on adding more landing pages or product landing pages. So It's not just emails, blog posts, articles. So it's a wide variety. You can go back to this what I showed you. Let me just stop the video to show you, so many things that you can actually help the customers with. This right here. So Google Ads, social media updates, product demos. So it's just go back to the video where I showed this, and you'll be able to see the amount of things that you can help a customer with. But back to my point. So that's the first thing that you can do to help a customer make more money. And by helping the customer make more money, you make money as well. So the second thing that you can do is to help the customer improve the conversion rate of existing touch point to ascend to a higher value, to make more money eventually, to convert customers to more valuable and more pricey products. Now, how you might be asking, how can I do that? Well, you can go and visit the website. Look at, for example, landing pages or product landing pages. As the serious and as the professional copywriter that you are, criticize those pages, find out the flaws that you see from your point of view as, first of all, a potential client and a copywriter, and pinpoint those problems. Get out with an analysis, with a final analysis, and share that with your prospect. Tell them, hey, I visited your site. I saw that your landing pages are quite not optimized for SEO. They're not quite optimized. They won't convert as many clients. They're not so attractive. They're not well thought out. I can actually help you write better sales pages. What you think? And then you can enter into the negotiations. The customer will ask you, well, how do you think that my pages are not optimized? What's your basis? State your hypothesis. And then you can start, arguing and analyzing to influence the customer and to convert the customer. The most important thing is to get the customer on the same line as you and to persuade them that they have a problem, that their sales page is not optimized, or that their emails, newsletters are not optimized. So find out what the customers, the possibilities of improvements that exist, and just point out to these possibilities of improvements to the customer. Tell them, hey, I can improve this. Just give me the job. I can improve it right now. You don't need to pay me now. No sales, no charge. You can pay me after. You can pay me only if you start seeing results. You can do that as well. And so the third way that you can help a customer, and by the way, when you help a customer, you're helping yourself more than you're helping the customer, because if you help the customer, then you'll get paid more and you'll get more chances to offer more services. And so the third and last one is that you can help a customer add new rungs to the value ladder. So if you visit the website of a customer, for example, and you find that customer does not have a blog, does not have an email newsletter, does not run ads on Facebook, does not have a lot of things, you can actually talk to that customer and convince them that, hey, most of your competitors have blogs. All of your competitors are running ads on Facebook. All of your competitors have Facebook groups. All of your competitors are running emails, newsletters, and you are not doing it. I can help you. I can help you establish a group on Facebook. I can help write down your Facebook copywriting. I can even take care of for the creatives, for the ads of your Facebook. I can take care of your emails, newsletters. I can write email sequences to attract more customers. I can help you write content for your website. And so like this, you can help the customer. And by helping the customer will give you more work to do. So the bottom line is there's always work. You can always find work to do. And the argument that I don't think so, there's no work, is wrong, because customers they are in constant need for content creators. They're in constant need to keep up with the news, to keep up with everything, to keep up with their clients. And if you can be a piece of the puzzle, or if you can solve that piece of the puzzle, if you can at least help them by 5% or 6% or 10%, there are high chances of you becoming a partner. They might even offer you a chance to become to occupy a full-time job as a freelancer. And so this is how you grow. This is how you grow. It's by helping businesses sell more. It's by helping businesses be more profitable, not the other way around. So if you go in there with the mindset of, this customer owes me, They need to pay me. I think I'm worth this. Why are they offering me $5? I'm worth more. Well, it's because you have not proposed it. Have you ever tried to propose value or more value to the customer? Did you ever propose more value to the customer and they refused? I guess not. The more value that you offer the customer, the more value you can make yourself, the more profit you can make. So don't limit yourself. Keep proposing, keep adding more value, keep helping businesses make more money, keep helping them solve bigger issues, bigger problems. Get out of your comfort zone, and then you'll see some money. You might be wondering, how can you find businesses to sell to? Well, there is no easy answer for that. It all depends on your niche. So, first of all, you should choose what your niche is. Which niche do you see, or do you see yourself most creative, and a niche that you have passion for? Now, as myself, talking from my own experience, I am a bodybuilder, I'm a boxer, and I come from those backgrounds, okay? So I'm very passionate about bodybuilding, very passionate about boxing, very passionate about those niches, weight loss and stuff. I have lost 25 to 26 kilograms, 3 times during my lifetime, and I'm only 27 years old. And so I know exactly what you need to do to cut weight healthy. I know what you need to do to become fitter. I know what, I've been around the block, 10 years of training. You pick up a thing or two. And so I have experience when it comes to, training, when it comes to products, when it comes to proteins, when it comes to, I haven't injected any steroids yet, but still, I'm passionate. I read a lot about steroids. I read a lot about performance enhancements and stuff. And so this is one place where you just, sometimes you read about things, you read a book, you read something, and you just forget about it, and you never use that. As opposed to me, I think that you should use everything in life. So if you have a passion for something, use it. Let me give you an example. I have reached out to this website not so long ago, the website that you can see here in front of you. This website is called Ethylase. Now, you might be asking, how did you reach out to this website? Super easy. I went to Google and I typed websites that are selling steroids. And so while I was searching, I looked at this website here, Ethylase, and I just clicked on it. And while I clicked on it, I realized that these guys at that time, for their products and product categories, they don't actually have content written on their product categories. So if you were to check, for example, this product category or oral steroids, they have very, low content, basically, low content. And so what I thought was, these guys don't have the content. Their website needs content. They need a content creator to write their product descriptions, their product pages. They need to rewrite or redo their website, revamp their website. And so I reached out to them. I contacted them, of course. You might be asking, how can I contact them? Well, you can contact them basically by sending them a message. Basically what you do first is you log in, and so you try to find a bunch of things. You try to find a bunch of ways. You try to find the LinkedIn of the person running this website. You can find the Facebook of the person running the website. You can contact them right here directly via chat if they have a chat. So if you ask me, is there a certain way by which I can contact any website? I'll tell you there is none, because you have to find a way to contact the website. Okay. If you want to contact the website, you will find a way. Trust me, you will find a way, because there are ways. If hackers can hack into the NASA system, then you certainly can find your way into reaching a website and sending them a message. So what I basically did, I sent these guys a cold email, what we call a cold email outreach. And once I reached them, I started negotiations with them. I negotiated with this guy. He's the website admin. So basically what this website is an e-commerce website that sells testosterone products. And so I asked them, hey, I was checking your website and I figured that you don't have enough content on the website, that you don't have content at all. And your website's domain authority, if you can go back, Uh, I told him your website's domain authority is only 14 according to Moz. Your website is not getting that much organic traffic, and I really emphasized on organic traffic. And what I did was also I went and searched for the competition of this website. Among the competition, I found this website called Iron Daddy, and these guys actually they have content. They have a blog, as you can see here. They have a blog, but they also, most importantly, they have elaborate content written for their products. So if you were to click any product right here, you'd find that these people have content written for their products. And there are voluminous articles. So if you scroll down, you see an article with a lot of volume. This is probably a 2,500 word article that is written. And so they paid someone to do this. So I realized that, this is a market. This website. I can easily squeeze $2,000 from this website in a month by recreating content for this website. And so I reached out to them. Luckily, I contacted the guy who's running the website. I convinced them enough, and at this point, even still now, I'm working with these guys. I'm working with them on building the content. Now, to prove myself, if I were to click, for example, on testosterone cypionite, because I wrote this page for them, if I scroll down, you will be able to see an article written here. This is my article that I've written for these guys. And so I still have not written everything. So if I were to click, for example, methandionol, and this one I wrote for them, if I will click another product, for example, uh, Trembolone Enanthate, you'd find that they have low content here. So the contract that I made with these guys is that I'm going to write for them. I'm going to write content for them. I'm going to write all the content for their website. And once I finish writing the content and recreating their website, we agreed that I'm going to take care of the product description. So I'm going to write product descriptions. So this is a market. This is one website. You can make money off of one website. How did I find the website? Google. So if you're asking, how can I find businesses to sell my services to? There is no way. There's only one way. You go to Google, you cold call, you start, sending email messages and sending messages and outreach to different customers on your niche. And basically after that, you contact these people and convince them, convert them. In my case, I was successful in converting this guy. I don't see why you guys cannot convert others. Okay, so it's important before you start to look for your ideal customers, before you start to look for online businesses that you can work with and provide value for them in exchange for their money in return, you need to find out who is the avatar of your ideal customer. Now, the avatar, and the reason why you need to understand, and to set an avatar for your ideal customers so you can understand them. And if you understand your customers enough, you will be able to empathize with them on a higher level. And so when you empathize with your customers on a higher level, you'll be able to resonate with these people. And once you resonate with them, you start to build trust. Because come on, who likes anybody that they don't understand? If your wife does not understand you, she does not like you. If she does not like you, she cannot live with you. If a customer can't find you interesting, if the customer feels that you're not understanding, if the customer feels that you don't know what the problems that the customer is suffering from, there is no line of communication between you. And so in order for that line of communication to exist, you need to first of all go and do your due diligence and brainstorm everything you can brainstorm with that customer. So among the first thing that you can start to do is to brainstorm who is the avatar. Now give your customer a name. Now, if you are in the niche of weight loss, for example, name that customer, for example, Jack the I don't know, the barbarian or whatever. Give the customer an age. Give him a financial situation. Now, a financial situation is important. The reason why it's very important is because you want to work with somebody who's financially secure. So if you go out and search for websites, chances are if you find a website that's just started out planning to monetize their website using affiliate products, chances are that that person is not going to pay you a lot because they're just starting out. So they themselves don't have money. They themselves don't have a secure financial situation. Their bank statement sucks. And so if you work with them, you're not going to be able to make that much money. And so what you need to do is to find a customer with a financial situation that is enough for them to pay and to supply other people. That's what you need to do. And so next thing after financial situation is what are their worldview beliefs. It's important to understand this so that you can learn how to influence your customer. Like we said, you need to learn a lot about what the customer thinks, about, so that you can resonate with them. What does a day in their life look like? So basically, you need to have a clear picture about their process. What are they doing? What are the ways that they monetize their website? Do they have content creators or not? Do they have people that work with them or not? How big is the company? How many people are working there? Who's the CEO? How old is the CEO? What's the CEO's net worth? How is it going? In their day-to-day lives, how are they running the company? How is the company running? And so you need to ask all these questions in your mind first. Now, second questions that you can ask is what is their current situation, how they feel about it, what's their dream situation, how they will reach it. And so basically their current situation, you need to find out what problems does these customers suffer from that you can solve and pinpoint them, write them on a piece of paper. Write down what are the possible problems that these people might be suffering from that you can solve. And once you can do that, man, you can actually gain trust. And gaining trust is the most important thing in business. Now, the reason behind all these questions that you need to ask is to understand who the customer is. Now, once you understand who the customer is, the next step should be to find out where are your customers congregating online. Now, we talked about Google. Go to Google and search for your customer. If your customer is in the weight loss niche, just type in weight loss websites. If your customer is in the niche of bodybuilding, type bodybuilding websites. No matter what where your customer is, type their name, the name of the niche, type, and the websites that you get, do in-depth research. Do they have an Instagram account? Do they have Facebook? Do they have LinkedIn? Who are the people that are working with them that have LinkedIn? How can you reach out to those people? How can you propose yourself? How can you actually stand in front of them? And so once you find out who your customers are, where they're congregating, the next step is to find out what you can offer them. Now ask yourself, what can I offer them that will solve their problem? What what solution am I proposing to these guys? Now, once you ask these three questions, I don't think that you need to ask any more questions. If you ask the questions and you answer them the right way, man, I don't see why you should have any problem. Okay, so let's answer the big question of how should I price my services? This question gets asked a lot. Now, the only answer that to this question is your services go in direct proportion or are in direct proportion with the problems that you solve. So if let's say you got this customer that asked you to build their sales page. Now, if that sales page generates that customer $1,000 a day in profit, it's not much if you demand $10,000 from that customer as upfront payment. And I know what I'm saying. Now, many of you might be thinking, oh, $10,000, that's a lot. But you forgot that that person makes $1,000 per day from that sales page that you built them. That sales page is going to stay there for a year. That person is going to be able to 3x the investment that he made in you by purchasing a sales page copy from you. And so even if he pays you $10,000, if he makes $1,000 a day from your copy, that's $30,000 a month, which is $20,000 in profit. And so if you think that charging that amount is too much, then you were wrong. Because among the things that you should know and things that you should master is to understand the value that you propose. Some people propose high value, but the problem is that they price it at such a low price that it's so ridiculous. You find people, and I made these mistakes. I'm talking from experience. I made these mistakes. I used to sell 1,000 word articles and blog posts for $5. Those are the kind of mistakes that I used to make. Once I realized how much money these blog posts were making the people that I was selling the posts to, I realized how dumb and stupid I was. There's a time where you can, of course, especially at the beginning when you're trying to gain the customer, when you're trying to gain the customer, say, hey, uh, I might charge you $10 for this. But after a while, when that customer gets used to you, you can start the conversation, start open the negotiation to ask the customer for, uh, uh, to revise the prices. Tell them, hey, I've been writing content for you for the past 2 weeks. You're paying me $10 per article. I write you a thousand word articles. These are highly optimized SEO articles. In the market, these articles are available for prices that go up to $100. Can you help? Can you raise my wage to $50 per article? If that customer refuses, then in my opinion, there is no reason for you to continue working with that customer because he's only going to keep sucking, uh, you know, effort and is going to keep sucking your energy away and charging you basically for free. So what you need to find is you need to find high paying customers and as well as customers that understand the value that you provide them. Because there's a difference. Some customers actually understand the value that you propose to them. They do understand that they're buying the articles for cheap, but they don't care because their mindset is, okay, if this guy refuses to work with me, I can just go on Fiverr and get someone to write my articles for $5, and that's okay. While that's okay for the customers, but it's not okay. That's okay for the guy that's purchasing the article. That's not okay for you because in the long run, you're going to continue putting the effort. It takes around 2 to 3 hours of work to write 1,000 word articles according to my experience. So at one point in time, it's going to get boring because you're not going to see any results. And you're not going to get rich. And that's basically not a way to get rich. So the way to make a lot of money copywriting is to find customers that are willing to pay tremendous amounts of money for high problem solving solutions. Like we talked about, a sales page. Find a customer who's looking for somebody to write their sales page, and that sales page could potentially make that customer a lot of money in the long run. If you're successful in writing a sales page for that customer that meets their goals, they'll pay you a lot of money. Similarly, you can find customers looking for email sequence writers. You can write email copy for a customer. Now, if you succeed in writing the emails 4 times faster, for example, than other people that were before you, I don't see why that customer wouldn't pay you a lot of money. And so there is no clear or there is no one answer to how should I price my services. The only answer is that your services are only as expensive as the problems that you solve. If you solve difficult problems, you're gonna get paid a lot. If you help the website owners sell more products, if you help them make a lot of profit, they're going to recognize your value and they're going to pay you a lot. And so basically, this is what it is, guys. This is how you should price your services. It all depends on the quality of the service that you offer. Status and ego are the main causes of your online failure. It truly is. Now, if you still cannot make or if you cannot close a client with 2 billion websites already existing, 2 billion websites mostly looking for people to write content for them, 2 billion websites that are, in every day, in demand for uh, content creators. If you can't find your customers among those 2 billion people, it's mostly because you are too egotistical and you care so much about the status that you're not willing to do the work. I wrote content for cosmetic websites, for God's sake. I wrote content for almost all websites that you can think of except porn websites. And basically, it was all worth it because that made me a lot of money. And I'm not a copywriter by heart, so I only did copywriting for a couple of months in order to raise capital to do other things, which is generally e-commerce, freelance consulting, basically, and among many other things. But I don't see why you guys cannot make easy $2,000 a month copywriting. You can find a lot of customer demand out there. You can find a lot of websites out there on Google, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on whatever you turn, you can find websites looking for content creators. You can charge incredibly huge amounts for your services if you really know what you're doing. And so basically, one of the things that are stopping people from taking jobs is because they don't broaden the spectrum or broaden the reach of their search. Is they keep themselves saturated to a specific interval and they don't want to explore different opportunities. So if you are writing in the let's say the weight loss niche and you still haven't landed a client, it's okay. Move on to the next niche. Go perhaps to whatever, to the training programs niche. If you don't find clients in the training programs niche, go to the health and fitness programs niche. Go to the choose, always go and search, explore other niches, explore other opportunities. Do not, what I'm trying to say here is do not limit your choices because the amount of work that you can get online is ridiculous. You just have to look in the right places and you just have to be open-minded. And if you're going to stick to your status and ego, you're not going to have any way to be open-minded because most of the times your status and ego will do most of your thinking and you will throw opportunities just like that. Oh, I don't want to work for this, I don't know, this website. I don't like this website. I don't want to work for them. It's not, I don't like this website. It's how much that website is paying. If that website is going to pay you a decent amount, there is no reason for you to be blind or to just, limit yourself. I'm a fitness coach and I'm not going to write about anything else but fitness and blah, blah, blah. If you can't find work in fitness, chances are you're going to stay there for a while. So most importantly, keep moving, keep looking for customers, keep earning more customers' trust. Keep adding more to that customer portfolio of yours. That's how you keep money flowing, not the other way around. Customers exist in abundance, so beware not to fall into the mistake of wasting your time and effort with the wrong customer. And the reason why I chose to with this is because many people have the scarcity mindset. They think that online that there are only a few customers and that customers are not there, that if you lose a customer, it's the end of the world. Well, it's not the case. At least I have not seen it to be the case. And if you want to advance and make money and scale, especially in copywriting, you need to be always on the look, always looking for new customers. Now, the reason you want to look for new customers is because you never know. You can lose a customer that was, uh, that you were depending upon. So dependency is the worst thing that can happen to any company, whether that is a solopreneur company, if you're working alone or you're working with 10 other people. If you're dependent on one client or two clients or even three clients, it's screwed. So the bottom line is make sure that you give the customer a certain time to test the customer, see if there are opportunities of growth, see if you can scale with that customer. Otherwise, if you feel that the customer is cheap and that the customer is not willing to give you what you're worth, move on, because it doesn't serve you anything to keep working for a cheap price while in other places or other people are willing to give you much more than that. So do not sell yourself for cheap, and especially do not waste time with the wrong customer. Now, first of all, how do you start the discussion with a customer? Well, let's take the example of email, cold email outreach. Now, when you have a list of people, emails that you've gathered for businesses that you think are prospect businesses that you can work on and you can achieve some good, results, you send, let's say you have 50 people or 50 emails, 50 individuals. You start by sending those 50 emails. Of course, we call them the cold emails. So you send those emails, right? Now, when you send the emails, there's a period that you allow the customer to respond to you. You shouldn't be hasty and send the email and then after an hour send another email. This is how it works. It works by sending the first email, then being patient. Be patient. Or at the most, wait 3 days before sending another email. Now, after the third email, if you don't get any response from the target customer, move on. To return to the first point, move on. So here, as you can see, move on. So if you send to a customer, an individual customer, more than 2 emails, which is 3 emails in this case, just move on, because chances are that customer will not actually respond to you. He will not give you time. He's not looking for people to work with him. So a customer should respond fairly quickly. According to my experience, people respond at the most in 1 day, 2 days. They respond to your offer either by saying, I'm interested, or by saying, no, we're not interested. Please stop emailing us. So that's an important thing as well. So if you made the habit of sending 50 emails a day, make sure that you separate. So, for example, emails that you sent on Monday, emails that you sent on Tuesday. So make sure that you separate those emails, and you always keep following up. The important thing is not just to send emails, because you can send emails to 1,000 people, as you know. But if you don't follow up on the emails, if you don't follow up, on the feedback of these people, then there is no point sending emails in the first place. So send the emails, and then when you get the feedback, register that feedback and move on to the next phase. But never ever stay in the trap of emailing a person 30 emails and thinking, oh, I think there's a chance of me converting this person. Normally, normally you should have a serious discussion or a serious feedback from the customer in 1 to 2 emails. Of course, then negotiations start, but you need to have that feedback in the first 2 emails. If it gets more than that, then chances are the customer is not going to convert. So, yes, forget about a client after 3 cold emails with no answers. Also, one thing that you need to ensure is that you've contacted the people or your ideal clients on the right address, because people can, they can be lazy, as we know. You can go and look on a site, you find an email, then you send whatever that person, you send them an email, and then you sit down there and say, oh, I've tried. Well, it's not about trying, it's about making sure that your message lands to the person that you're trying to reach. So if that person is not active on email, make sure that you contact them on LinkedIn. If they're not active on Facebook, then make sure that you contacted them, or you have contacted them on Facebook. So it is important to not only depend on one mean of communication, it is crucial to depend on many means of communication. So if you're going to contact a customer, make sure that you have sent the message to every possible way of communication that you can. So, guys, do not be lazy, putting an honest effort, and do not lie to yourself by saying, "Oh, I have contacted them. I tried my best, and they don't answer. I've contacted them by email, and they don't answer." Well, email is not the only means of communication nowadays. Some people are more active on LinkedIn than on email. Some are more active on Facebook than on email. And so you need to find a way to send the message to as much ways or via as much means of communications as possible, because the goal is to get the message across. The value ladder and how important the value ladder is. Now, let me tell you. Now, this is not an exaggeration, but the value ladder is what makes the difference between a $10,000 business and a $100,000 business. It is actually what even makes the difference between a $0 business and a $1,000 business, or even more. So let's go back to the value ladder. Let's go back to the value ladder so that I can explain it to you in detail, because this is not taught to people. And once they land online, they're told that, hey, just hustle your way in. Just, sell whatever products are there. Don't have, there's no need for you to have a business plan or a value ladder. Just sell, just go with the prices and just go with the customer that pays the most. And that's the wrong approach to it, because if you think like that, you're not going to be continuous. The profits are going to, just it's going to be an up and down. One way to mitigate this is to have a value ladder. So what the value ladder basically allows for you, or allows anybody, is to have offers for different people for different needs. So if someone were to come to a pharmacy, they will find products that are worth $1 the same way that they can find products that are worth $10,000. So products should not be limited for price. So if you think that it is wise to only price your products, or only offer products that are priced in between a certain price, that's the wrong way to business. And just like a pharmacy offers a $1 product and $10,000 product for a reason. I know that most of you have heard of this law called the law of Pareto, or the 20-80% rule. It has been mentioned a lot and is actually very famous. Now, the 28% rule says that for 20% of the efforts, you get 80% of the results. So if you take a pharmacy, for example, 20% of the profit or of the sales that a pharmacy makes a day are made or are relative to only a select few products. So if the pharmacy has 1,000 products, only 200 or less of those products are what keep the pharmacy going, or what actually keep the lights on, in other terms, in terms of business. So if you look at it, businesses are not making money from small or low priced products. These low priced products are merely the price of entrance. So if, let's say, you want to write content for an online business, and that you, let's say, want to start as a copywriter, you want to write blogs and articles. Now, if you go on Fiverr right now, you will find people offering their services for as cheap as $5. And the reason why they are cheap is because they don't have a value ladder, is because they underestimate the quality of their work, is because they underestimate their value. And so they're willing and ready to sell the products, sell their value for basically nothing. You don't want to make that mistake. So yes, you can have products that are worth $5. You can have services that start from $5, but those should not be your money makers. Those should be what we call the bait. Now, what the bait is just an initiation of the relationship between the seller and the customer. You can use that phase, or use the bait, just to show to your ideal customer your experience, your quality, the quality of your work, and etc. So you might be patient. You might, have patience and just, accept $5 for 1 week, for 2 weeks. I can understand that. But to accept just one product, or to sell just one product worth $5 per unit, that takes you about 2 hours to write, or 3 hours, or something like that, is absolutely nonsensical. And you should not fall into the mistake. And actually, this is really where it starts to get interesting. Because when you have a selection of products, when you have a variety of products that you offer, a customer might come to you today and ask you to write a short blog for $5 or $10. He might pay you for that. Okay, but Afterwards, once the customer recognizes your potential and recognizes that you are good, especially if he keeps placing orders to you, if he keeps coming back, if he keeps asking you for more, then you need to consider offering more products, higher range products. And we're going to talk about these products in a minute. Look at this value ladder, for example. Now, imagine this customer that you first started with and that you wrote a $5 blog post for that customer. And then he came back and ordered 10 more, which makes it $50. If that customer, that he begins to build trust, begins to trust you, begins to appreciate your work and understand that you are a potential partner, then you can move up the ranks and propose another service. You can tell them, hey, I think I can write articles for you. I don't think I should only be limited to writing blog posts. I can write blog posts and articles. Are you interested for me if I can write articles for you? That customer might tell you, okay, it's no problem. Right, you can write articles for me, no problem. So then, when you write articles for that customer, you can tell them, hey, I wrote articles for you. I can write product reviews. What do you think? And you keep going on until you reach what we call higher end products. But the idea here is to work with the customer on different subsets and offer different services so that you can up your game. So that you can start with $5, maybe even to $1,000 product. Now, this value ladder that I wrote here is just an example of a value ladder that you can have. And it is much better than having no value ladder and just working like that, just working without a plan, just accepting orders from anybody for $5, which is very cheap. What the value ladder allows you to do is it allows you to move up the ranks. There are people that are interested in a $5 service the same way that there are people that are interested in a $100 or even $1,000 service. And by not concentrating on having or building a value ladder, you're leaving so many offers on the table that other people are picking up. You're focusing so much on here, you're focusing on low price products that you forget that the customers need a range of products. They don't just need one product. They have product review pages, they have sales pages, they have email newsletters, they have Facebook ads to run. They have a lot of things, which you can actually concentrate, you can offer your services and make money from. And the more you solve bigger problems, the more your services solve bigger problems for the customer, the higher you get paid. So I hope that this actually was very helpful for people to understand the importance of the value ladder. And most importantly, I really wish that people start implementing this, because this is what really makes the difference. It's not learning whether there's a value ladder or that a value ladder exists. It's implementing the value ladder. In the next section, we're going to take a random site, just a random site. I chose Barbend, and we're going to talk about the possible services that you can offer for just that one site alone. Just so I can showcase to you the importance of the value ladder and how a value ladder is the distinguishing factor from a $0 business to a $10,000 business a month. All right, here's the website that I spoke about in the previous video, Barbend. And just before we delve into the analysis of this website, I just want to make sure that you guys understood the importance of a value ladder and the importance starts right now. So start implementing the value ladder and you'll see to yourself the results. You are the judge of your own results. And if you don't get results, I would be surprised. So here's the website, Barbend. As you can see right here, Barbend is a huge website that has a lot of content on bodybuilding, on powerlifting, on fitness, and many other things. And so how they make money, or how the monetization happens, is generally by building content around different products. So we have, for example, right here, this. If we go to this article here, you can pretty much see, as you scroll down, you can see shop. So they have a lot of ads, and they are basically making money from affiliate marketing and selling ads or ad space. And so The reason why this website works so much is because they are focused on content creation. And so the content creation itself, they're not doing it on their own. So they are hiring freelancers or freelance copywriters to do the work for them, to write the content for them. So for example, for the strength sport category, they have a ton of freelancers writing for them. For the equipment reviews, they have a ton of freelancers writing reviews, and etc. Goes for every other aspect. The Barbend newsletter, which is an email newsletter, so if you subscribe to it, they start sending you emails. Basically, you have to give your email, and they enroll you in a newsletter. They also have people that are responsible for the newsletters, for writing the content for the newsletters. And so as a freelancer, if you limit yourself to just doing one thing, which is, for example, writing blogs or articles, you are missing out on so many offers that other people are taking and are making a lot of money from. And generally, these offers or these services that can make you the most money are the services that make the business which you're trying to serve the most money. So if, let's say, you help this business, Barbend, you help them sell a lot of barbells. And how you can help them sell a lot of barbells is simply by writing a product review that actually captures people's attention and gets a lot of visitors and gets a lot of clicks. Now they will notice that because they have indicators, so they know who are the copywriters that are most contributing to their success based on numbers, the conversion rate, the bounce rate, how many minutes do people stay on the page. So if you're a copywriter and if you write content for them, and if the content registers good indicators, what happens is you will become a premium copywriter. Once you become a premium copywriter, you can charge the price, or the salary. You can charge them for as a premium copywriter. You can ask them, say, hey, I help you sell this article like crazy, so you should pay me like crazy. That's how it works. So better yourself at offering more services that are more helpful to the companies. Do not focus on just give me a chance. I just want to work. I just want to write $5 blog posts. And that's it. I don't want to do anything difficult. Well, chances are, if you can't do anything difficult, you're never going to succeed in anything online, because the money exists in what's difficult. So like I said, if you are capable of writing content that is click worthy, that brings people in, that has a tremendous impact on people, and that converts people like crazy, then you can charge a lot. And then you can not just charge a lot, you can actually propose a lot of products. You can talk to the customer one-on-one via email or whatever, and tell them, hey, I write this for you. I wrote that for you, and it made this much success. You had this much viewers, you had this much conversion rate. So uh, I have an offer for you. I can write an ebook for you, or I can write a sales page for you. And the more you up your game, the more money you make. Now, the bottom are three ways by which you can help a customer sell more. Now, the first thing that you can do is that you can increase the volume of touch points. These touch points are emails, blog posts, articles, ebooks, whatever the product or the customer has on their website as content. You can increase the number of videos that they have on their website. You can increase the number of product reviews that they have on their website. You can increase the number of sales pages that they have on their website. You can work on adding more landing pages or product landing pages. So it's not just emails, blog posts, articles. So it's a wide variety. You can go back to this what I showed you. Let me just stop the video to show you, so many things that you can actually help the customers with. This right here. So Google Ads, social media updates, product demos. So it's just go back to the video where I showed this, and you'll be able to see the amount of things that you can help a customer with. But back to my point. So that's the first thing that you can do to help a customer make more money. And by helping the customer make more money, you make money as well. So the second thing that you can do is to help the customer improve the conversion rate of existing touch point to ascend to a higher value to make more money eventually, to convert customers to more valuable and more pricey products. Now, how you might be asking, how can I do that? Well, you can go and visit the website, look at, for example, landing pages or product landing pages. As the serious and as the professional copywriter that you are, criticize those pages, find out the flaws that you see from your point of view as, first of all, a potential client and a copywriter, and pinpoint those problems. Get out with an analysis, with a final analysis, and share that with your prospect. Tell them, hey, I visited your site. I saw that your landing pages are quite not optimized for SEO, or they're not quite optimized. Uh, they won't be, they won't convert as many clients. They're not so attractive. They're not well thought out. I can actually help you write better sales pages. What you think? And then you can enter into the negotiations. The customer will ask you, well, how do you think that my pages are not optimized? What's your basis? State your hypothesis. And then you can start, arguing and analyzing to influence the customer and to convert the customer. The most important thing is to get the customer on the same line as you and to persuade them that they have a problem, that their sales page is not optimized, or that their emails, newsletters are not optimized. So find out what the customers, the possibilities of improvements that exist, and just point out to these possibilities of improvements to the customer. Tell them, hey, I can improve this. Just give me the job. I can improve it right now. You don't need to pay me now. No sales, no charge. You can pay me after. You can pay me only if you start seeing results. You can do that as well. And so the third way that you can help a customer, and by the way, when you help a customer, you're helping yourself more than you're helping the customer, because if you help the customer, then you'll get paid more and you'll get more chances to offer more services. And so the third and last one is that you can help a customer add new rungs to the value ladder. So if you visit the website of a customer, for example, and you find that that customer does not have a blog, does not have an email newsletter, does not run ads on Facebook, does not have a lot of things, you can actually talk to that customer and convince them that, hey, most of your competitors have blogs. All of your competitors are running ads on Facebook. All of your competitors have Facebook groups. All of your competitors are running emails, newsletters, and you are not doing it. I can help you. I can help you. I can help you establish a group on Facebook. I can help write down your Facebook copywriting. I can even take care of for the creatives for the ads of your Facebook. I can take care of your emails, newsletters. I can write email sequences to attract more customers. I can help you write content for your website. And so, like this, you can help the customer. And by helping the customer will give you more work to do. So, the bottom line is there's always work. You can always find work to do. And the argument that I don't think so, there's no work, is wrong, because customers they are in constant need for content creators. They're in constant need to keep up with the news, to keep up with everything, to keep up with their clients. And if you can be a piece of the puzzle, or if you can solve that piece of the puzzle, if you can at least help them by 5% or 6% or 10%, there are high chances of you becoming a partner. They might even offer you a chance to become to occupy a full-time job as a freelancer. And so this is how you grow. This is how you grow. It's by helping businesses sell more. It's by helping businesses be more profitable, not the other way around. So if you go in there with the mindset of, this customer owes me, they need to pay me, I think I'm worth this, why are they offering me $5? I'm worth more. Well, it's because you have not proposed it. Have you ever tried to propose value or more value to the customer? Did you ever propose more value to the customer and they refused? I guess not. The more value that you offer the customer, the more value you can make yourself, the more profit you can make. So don't limit yourself. Keep proposing, keep adding more value, keep helping businesses make more money, keep helping them solve bigger issues, bigger problems. Get out of your comfort zone, and then you'll see some money. Before you make a choice and if you invest yourself and make a decision to invest in a customer, to work with the customer, because that's an investment. And as not many people see it, they don't see it as investment. They think that it's a slave master relationship, and it's not the case. It's an investment, because when you choose a customer over the millions of other customers in the world, you're making an investment. So if that investment is not good, if the customer turns out to be cheap or turns out to be a slave master that wants to work you for $5 an hour, chances are you're never going to get rich. You're going to get money. So first thing you need to do is to check the customer, your ideal customer's economics or financial status or bank status, however you'd like to call it. So the first thing that you need to do is to size the customer's audience. So go out, look for the customer's audience. Now, there are many ways by which you can size the customer's audience. The first thing is you can go and check if they have a Facebook group. If they have a Facebook group with 100,000 people following them, that's a pretty big size. Now check if they have a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, that's also interesting. If they have a YouTube channel with, let's say, 50,000 people watching them or 50,000 people subscribed to their channel, that's also a great thing, a great indicator. Check if they have a forum. Look at the activity on the forum. Check on social media and what are people saying about the customer. Are they talking good about him? Is the customer making good impact? And I want you to point out or to just uh, pay careful attention to the word impact, because that's very important. If your customer is not making impact, chances are the customer has no vision for the future and will probably not live for long. So as a copywriter, you need to look for the best deals possible. You need to look for customers that have at least 2 to 3 years in the future of stable activity. So the second thing that you can do is to check out how well are they doing financially. So how well are they doing financially? You can use websites like SimilarWeb. You can search for it. And basically, what this website does is it gives you an idea about how much your customer is making per month, whether they're making $50,000 a month or $1 million a month. That software, that online software, will allow you to get that information. It's not a 100% accurate information, but it is an estimation of how much your customer is doing. So you want to be dealing with customers who have a high capacity to pay you. You don't want to deal with a website that's just starting out yesterday, does not have a budget, is running low on budget, doesn't have more than $2,000 budget, because chances are those are the very people that will make you work for $5. You want customers that have a plan, like the customer that I shown you in the previous video, Barbend. You want customers that have established brands and are looking for good copywriters, and they are ready and willing to pay you. They have no problem paying you $50 for a $500 word blog post or article. Those are the kind of customers that you want to work with. You want to work with customers that are doing extremely well financially and that are wealthy and that have the capacity to pay you without haggling for pennies. The third thing that you can do and that you must do is to network and reach out to other copywriters to find out how much are they paying their copywriters. Now, the reason why you want to do this is simple. You need to check out other copywriters' review on the customer that you are willing to work with or that you are on the verge of working with. Because it serves nothing to work with a customer only to find out that the customer is a piece of crap that is a slave master. So go out, do your research about the customer, find out if other people have worked for him in the past, find a way to contact them, whether that be on LinkedIn or on forums or on Quora or on Reddit or on Facebook or on email. Find a way to contact those people and ask them, genuinely ask them, hey, what do you think about this customer? Do they pay well? How much did you work with them? Are you still working with them? Is it good? So ask all these intelligent questions and form an idea about your future prospect. This way, you land the perfect customer. Now, also, websites that you need to stay away from if you want to reach the $10,000 per month spectrum, you need to stay away from websites such as Upwork and Fiverr, because these, chances are, guys or any kind of webmaster, any kind of online business running, when they go to Fiverr or when they go to any of those freelance platforms that exist to everybody else, they are looking for the cheapest services. So the more you can stay away from these freelance platforms, the better, because You want to be the one choosing your own customer. And here I have shown you how you can choose your customer. You can choose your customer by checking their economics. Do not just say, okay, let me just settle for any customer. I have no problem working for $5. Well, you might have no problem working for $5, but $5 is not what's going to get you rich. It's not what's going to pay your bills. And certainly, just trust me on this, there are many people offering low quality services, even lower than what you're offering for $5, and they are selling it for $100, $200, while you're just content and happy with your $5. So, guys, give value to your work. Stop undervaluing, underestimating your capacity, because that's really what makes a difference. If you think that you're worth $10, then you're just worth $10. Nobody's going to pay you more than what you think you're worth. So up your game, up the bar. When a customer asks you, settle for what you think is good for you. If the customer does not arrange you, if the partnership does not arrange you, do not have that scarcity mindset. Do not think that there's only one customer in the world, because there are 2 billion websites in the world, and you can get a good deal. You can basically get a good deal. For ultimate success in copywriting, as with any other discipline in the world, ask yourself the following question. What is the best use for your time that's going to have the most return on investment, which is profit? So if you're a copywriter, and if you chose to make copywriting as your primary source of income, if you're going to write for a customer, ask this question. Ask yourself all the time, what is the best use for my time with this customer? Also, you can ask the question in a different way. Is this customer worth it? Is this customer wasting my time? Can I use this time right now with another customer and make more money? Or should I just stay with this customer because I see that there are opportunities for growth and for more growth in the future? Now, if you wish to elaborate, ask yourself the following golden questions. Do you want to help a beginner business, or do you want to help an already established business? In my opinion, in my honest opinion, and of course, the decision is yours for the taking. I prefer to help an already established business, because we've already talked about how important the financial status is and how important the financial or the economic situation of your ideal customer is. Because if, let's say, we go with the first option, which is to help a beginner business. A beginner business, first of all, is not lucrative. So there's no income coming in. There's no cash flow. The second thing is, it's still at the phase of incubation. So people, or generally the CEO or whatever, the creator of the company or the website, is still testing. So he doesn't know for sure whether that company is going to work or not. An already established business is already secure, is already financially well, and will pay you more. Now, there are exceptions, of course. There are some times where you can work with beginner businesses that are willing to pay you a lot of money. According to my experience, and in my experience, I have not seen that to be the case, because it's only normal. Someone who's just starting out will not just go around giving money willingly and just spreading huge amounts of money, and paying high paying copywriters high amounts of money is just not possible. But I just want to make sure that um, we don't neglect the possibility, because there could be a possibility that some business might be willing to spend a lot of money. And so sometimes there can be opportunities in here. But most of the times, what you want to do is to help an already established business that will pay you more, that has more venues, that you could write more content for, that you can offer more services for, that you can solve more problems for. This way you can maximize your revenue. Let's learn first of all about customer lifetime value and how you can maximize customer lifetime value. I hope the graph is fairly comprehensive. It shows a child, from a child to an adult to a man to a grown man. So basically what customer lifetime value is simple. Imagine yourself, you, right now, as me speaking to you and you hearing me, imagine that you have a favorite pizza that you eat once every, let's say, week, and that you eat that pizza 4 times a month. So each week you eat it one time, which makes it four times a month. And let's say that you live in the neighborhood of that pizza provider or that pizza restaurant for 10 years, which means that during those 10 years, you're going to eat pizza from that same restaurant 4 times a month, which makes it 4 times a month. And we have 12 months a year, which makes it 48 times a year. So 48 times a year, you eat pizza there. 10 years makes it 480 times you ate pizza at the same restaurant. So let's say that restaurant owner makes $10 from each pizza that you eat. This makes it $4,800 in profit from only one customer in the lifetime of 10 years. If we consider that your lifetime or that the customer lifetime in that case is only 10 years. So customer lifetime value is really what makes the difference between companies or businesses that take off and reach a certain level of profit that is much higher than the others. Look at Amazon, for example. Amazon, people are buying from Amazon today, and people will continue buying from Amazon tomorrow and the next year, and for as long as Amazon stays up. So people will always buy from Amazon, and this way Amazon will have what we call a customer lifetime value. You will have people that will purchase $10 products or $50 to $1,000 products. People are going to keep purchasing from there. Amazon benefits very well from this customer lifetime value. Other companies like eBay, I can keep on and coming up with many examples. The idea is to maximize your customer's lifetime value. And how you can do that is by following these 7 simple tips that I would like to disclose here for your attention. Now, the first thing you can do is to offer a referral program. Now, the reason why you want to have a referral program is because customers can help you. Let's say you're a copywriter and you work with this customer for a period of 6 months and you satisfy that customer very well to the point where you have this good relationship with them. You can offer the customer a referral program by asking them, hey, if you have other clients or other people that you know in your circle that are looking for a good copywriter, I'd be gladly willing to work for them if you could refer me to those customers. If you could get, between us and, just initiate that relationship. And by the way, if you do that, I have this and such offer to repay you for your services. So this is number one. Number two is to provide targeted and custom services. Now, customers are bored and they are tired of getting the same freelancers and the same mindset of freelancers or copywriters working for them. Customers are always looking for innovation. They're always looking for something new to take off with their business and to make more impact to earn more money. So the more you help provide them with more targeted and custom services, the more options you offer them, the more your value and the more the customer lifetime value gets increased because customers see that now you can serve them better. And by doing that, they will stay and they will stick with you for a long time. Now, the third one is go in line with the customer and understand your customer. Understand his mindset, how he works. Every customer has plans for the future. Every online business has plans for the future. And so if you understand your customers' plans and if you support them along the way by helping them, by boosting their business, and by going in line with their mentality and with their business's goal, this will help maximize your customer lifetime value and they will stay with you for a long time. The fourth one is to create content that increases sales. We've talked about this. We spoke about how important content is. There is content that can increase sales, and there is content that we consider static content that does not provide any results. And so you, as a great copywriter, you need to focus on creating content that helps your customers increase their sales, because otherwise you will not be a top copywriter and you would not really be in place, or you would not deserve anything pretty much. And customers will lose interest in you. And by them losing interest in you, they will just leave you and the customer lifetime value will drop. The fifth thing that you can do is to optimize your customer service. Now, you can have all four of those things that we talked about. You can have them at a high point. But if your service sucks, if your service is bad, is terrible, your customer is never going to like the relationship. And even if you offer them the best possible service, if your customer service is bad, if you treat the customer wrong, if you're always late, if you don't answer their calls, if you don't answer their emails at the right time, with the right answer, chances are those customers are going to instantly look for someone to replace you. So focus on the customer service, offer a tremendous customer service so that you have a unique selling point that sets you apart from the competition. Now, the sixth one is reward your clients. You can reward your clients by any way you choose. If you're writing blogs for them, you can tell them, hey, I will write for each 10 blogs, one blog for free. Or for each 10 blogs, I can write two other blogs for free. For each, let's say, 5 emails that I write for you, the 6th email is going to be free. For each Facebook campaign or 5 Facebook campaigns that I run for you, I will run a Facebook campaign for free. So the more you can reward your clients, the better the relationship, because they can see that you are a customer, you're smart about business, and that you are actually giving them these bonuses. It serves great to always give gifts to your customers and to reward them in such a way of your choosing that provides value to them. And the seventh, and I think the most crucial one, is to put cross-selling and upselling strategies. And if we go back to the value ladder, as a matter of fact, I'm going to stop the video and go back to the value ladder so that we can see this together. It always serves to have upselling and cross-selling strategies. So if you're selling 5 blog posts, what cross-selling means is you need to sell something else. So how many times you go to Amazon, you buy a t-shirt, and then they offer you something that goes with the t-shirt. They tell you, hey, people who buy this t-shirt frequently buy this mug or this hoodie with it. So you have to have the same mindset. If a customer comes to you for one blog post, tell them, hey, I can write 2 blog posts for you. I can write 3 blog posts for you. I can write a blog post and an article. I can write 2 articles and 3 product reviews. Always offer more. Always ask the customer, do you want more? Do you want more or just this one blog post? Chances are the customers are going to tell you, okay. And most of the times you're going to get more money this way. Now, upselling is to try and sell higher ticket value offers. If you're selling a blog post, always try to convince the customer to buy an article from you, because an article in this case is much more valuable in terms of price. Now, if you're selling an article, you can propose to sell at the same time a product review, and you go up the value ladder, always trying to sell more. This is what we call the upsell. So cross-sell and upsell, make sure that these two exist in your daily negotiations with the customers. They will serve you really well. Squeeze as much juice from the customer as you can. Now, if the customer comes in, offers you a $5 job, and then you take that $5 job, basically after the $5 job ends, you do nothing. You just, wait until the customer maybe will send you another offer or give you another offer. That ain't never happening. So when you receive an order, you should always be thinking already about possibilities. What can I offer next? What are the things that I might possibly offer? Should I offer him to write an article? Should I offer him to modify his sales page and optimize his sales page for SEO and for conversion, for to decrease his bounce rate? Should I offer him to write for his blog? Should I offer him to write his email newsletter? Always be thinking about all these possible permutations. And the method that you can, basically, you shouldn't just be it shouldn't be an accident. So you should always know the customer that you're working with. So if you're working with a customer, the most important matter is to know what that customer might need from a person like yourself. If you're a copywriter, you should always be asking yourself, okay, this customer, he has this and this and this and this and this amount of things or pages on his website. So he might need an email writer. He might need someone to take care of his Facebook ads. He might need someone to take care of writing his ebooks. He might need someone to take care of writing his blog. He might need a developer. So you have an idea, not an idea, but you have a blueprint on what the customer might use you for. And by having that blueprint in your mind, you can always offer more, like we said previously, cross-selling and upselling. So you can always cross-sell and upsell to increase that $5. And basically, this is the separator because many people, they are freelancers, and unfortunately, they don't know this because they just might work with the customer once or twice, but they don't know that the most important thing and the most valuable thing is not to work with the customer once, but is to try and squeeze as much from that customer as you can. So always offer more, always look for more things to offer. And believe me, you will always find things to offer. You can never run dry of things to offer as long as the business is online and going and running. In case the business is shut down, that's the only way I could tell you there is no juice to squeeze. But if the business is running, if that business is still making money, there's always a chance that you can actually squeeze the juice off of the customer. Do not be greedy. Do not build the relationship with your customer based on greed from the first encounter. You should be smart about it. So when you have a customer that considers you as an opportune supplier for content, you should be smart about it. Do not waste the customer by being too rash or too greedy. The first thing that you need to do once you get into contact with the customer is not to tell them how good of a copywriter you are, is not to start claiming, extravagant prices and tell them that, hey, I work only for $10,000 a month. I don't settle for anything but that. The price should not be mentioned at the beginning except if the client demands the price to be mentioned. The first thing you need to concentrate on is to invest in building a relationship, a strong relationship. And the reason why you want to build a relationship is because you want to gain your customers' trust. Because if you gain trust, you can then use that trust to learn as much as you can about the customer. Now, these information that you will learn from the customer are valuable information. Like, what are the expectations of the customer? What are their plans for the future? Do they have other copywriters that are satisfying, or are they always short of copywriters? So you can learn info that will give you an edge over your competitors so that when you offer or when you give your customers offers, you can tailor-made these offers based on data, on real data from an interaction with the customer one-on-one. And the customer will like that so much because he will receive offers that he needs at the right time. So guys, do not be greedy. Money is not the most important thing right off the bat. I started with some people with a $5, basically with a $5 gig, and we landed $10,000 gigs. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish with the customer. You can start with a $5 business deal and you can end up with the $2,000, $3,000, even $10,000 business deal. So concentrate more on getting the customer first, the acquisition of the customer. Then you can start talking. As you talk, the customer will recognize your value based on your interactions with them, and things will go smooth from there. All right, a very important question that we need to answer is, how much should I charge? Now, this one is very critical because this is where a lot of people find difficulty, and most people are too shy to charge any amount to begin with. So most people settle for $5, for $10 just because they're shy and they think that if they charge more, that the customer is going to run away and is going to tell them, I'm sorry, I cannot work with you. And it does not work that way. You should charge as much as you're worth. So if you're writing let's say 1,000-word article for your client, you should not feel ashamed if you ask for a $50 payment for that $1,000 article, because basically that is a $1,000 article, SEO optimized, original article with zero plagiarism. You've probably put up about 2 to 3 hours to, or even more, sometimes can take up to half a day or 4 hours to write that article. Do not feel shy to charge 50 to even $100 for that article, because there are other people charging even more than that for lower quality articles, and the only difference is that they are confident enough with their work to charge that amount. I see so many sellers on Fiverr selling their work for $5. I estimate that work to be at least 10 times more valuable or more profitable if those people invested more time looking for the right customers instead of just looking to get gigs or just get orders. It's not about getting an order. It's about getting an order that goes hand in hand with the value that you propose. You should not aim to be underpaid, neither should you aim to be overpaid. And most of the times you will never be overpaid because the market understands that they have people have a maximum amount of investment or budget that they can invest, that they are allowed to invest in a certain thing. And so most of the times you will not be overpaid, but you should not aim to be underpaid just to get customers. Who cares if you get customers? You can, if let's say your services are $5 to write $1,000 blog posts and articles. There are other people who are charging 10 times more and they are getting clients. And if you count the month's profit, you'll find that those people have 10 times more income than other people just because of one thing. Because those other people are shy, they don't have the confidence to ask for what they are worth. So ask for what you're worth. If you think you are worth $100, do not settle for more, for less. Do not tell the customer, I beg of you, please just accept me. No. Do not just tell the customer here right out, this is my price, this is how much I get paid, this is why, because I offer such and such and such offer. The quality of my work is good. I have many other clients. You can check my reviews, you can check my work. If you're interested, good. If you're not interested, why should you waste your time with a customer that does not value your work? Now, you have to realize that you are actually helping these customers make a lot more money than you're charging. So if you're charging them $100, it's not like they're giving you money for free for not doing anything. You are actually helping them get more than $100, even 20 to 30 or 100 times more than that. So do not feel ashamed to ask for what you're worth because you are providing value. Be aware of that. Be aware that you are investing your time and effort and you are helping that company grow. And so you should charge them as much as you're worth. In order to maximize your chances of landing your first gig or your first client, you need to maximize customer outreach. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are lazy because I know myself. I was lazy just like you. I'm still lazy. As a matter of fact, I believe every human being is lazy. But I believe something. If you don't move, nothing changes. So guys, let's move. And the first thing that you can do is to maximize your customer outreach. If you have one client, it's not good. It's not good to have only one client because, as I said many times, there are 2 billion websites in the world. So if you send even 200 emails a day, it does not harm the world in any way. So send as much emails as you can, not any emails, elaborate emails, well prepared, well thought out, well written emails, convincing enough, and send a lot of outreaches in order to land as many customers negotiations as possible. Now, I should tell you, it takes some time to land your first client. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it takes patience. It might take you a week to 2 weeks to even a month to land one client or two. But once you get the hang of it, once you learn how it works, you can start scaling it like crazy. The way you want to scale it, you can scale it. You can decide how many clients you want to have a month. You can decide how many clients you want to have a week. And that, I believe, it doesn't get any better than that. So test yourself. Learn by sending a lot of email outreaches to customers or potential customers. Enter into negotiations with them, discuss with them, learn, make a lot of mistakes, and learn from those mistakes how you can streamline and write a better copy that sells and that gets you more customers, so that you can reach a level where the customers no longer depend on other factors. You must reach a level where customers depend on you, where you are the deciding factor on how many clients you want to have a month or a week. That way, you could really scale your business in a great way. You can reach $10,000 a month easy. Clients are paying other people thousands of dollars a month for copywriting purposes. Why do you think, or why should you think that you're not worth that $5 or that $1,000 that they're paying another person? Is that person an alien? Is he non-human? You are human. You have the same gifts as any other human. So if other people are doing it, if other people are earning $1,000 from copywriting from one client, you can basically do the same. Now, I know that there is a lot of anxiety around the topic of reaching out to customers. Many people are not used to communicating with customers one-on-one via phone or even by email. But if you do not do it, you'll not break that anxiety. In order for you to destroy that anxiety, you have to face it. You have to face those people more than once. And so by sending numbers like 200 emails per day, and by negotiating all the time, by picking up the phone and calling the customer, and you learn and you learn. And basically when you learn, you get stronger and get to the point where you start working more on yourself to fix your mindset. Now, fix your mindset. This is the last part of the course before we sum this up. Customers actually exist in abundance. Like I said many times, and I repeat myself, there are 2 billion websites. 2 billion websites. Now, if that number doesn't scare a whole lot of you, I don't think what could. So 2 billion websites, there is always an opportunity to find newer customers. You just need to start looking in the right way. If you're not able to get customers, it's just because you have not tried hard enough. You have not tried the right way, or that you need to change something in yourself. But always, the problem depends on you. The solution to the problem depends on you. If you're not getting the customers, it's your problem. You need to change something. You need to optimize something. There are a lot of faults that you need to change. So always look at it from that perspective, because it is wrong to think that the whole world is wrong and that you were right. The way I see it is I am always wrong and the world is right. That way I can have accountability and always look for new opportunities of growth. Now, you're not doomed to stick with one customer for a lifetime. As I said, there are 2 billion websites out there. You can always look for another customer that satisfies your needs and that can help you reach the financial stability that you wish. You're not doomed to stay in servitude for just one customer. If you have other opportunities, always your only scale to measure those opportunities in terms of value, to compare between them, is how much profit you make. If you choose to, stay with the customer that provides you the lowest profit, it's your choice. The way I see it is, I will go for the customer that maximizes the amount of profit that I can get from. So that's That's how business is. Companies will not spend time with a customer that gives them hell and basically does not, pay them as much as the next customer who pays them a lot, and he's a lifetime customer with 20 years old of relationship with them. So always go for the winning offer. It's no problem. There's no problem with that. It doesn't make you a schmuck. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a smart person. That's the way you should move. You should always be moving towards what helps you achieve more, what helps you get more of what you want.